Alright, so we finally got a parts car for the other blue Fusion. This is another 2008 Ford Fusion. It is an SEL, so it's a little bit higher of a trim than the SC that we got. This is the parts car for it, because the other one is wrecked. This one's got a good rear bumper. Good front end is what we mostly need. Hood does have some fadage, but that'll be okay. I paid $900 for this and $1,000 for the actual running driving car we're going to fix. So it's okay. Paid about almost the same price for the parts car as I did the running car. This car still does run. It just does not run very good. It also has 240,000-ish miles. So almost, well, just about 180 more miles than the car we're going to fix. So, but it is blue like we need, so we don't have to paint anything. The interior is nice. It's leather and not all worn out, so it'll work in the other car. It's got some of the interior pieces that we still need. It does have a sunroof. The other car does not have a sunroof, but I guess that's okay to have. The back seat looks good. Pretty nice. You have good tires on this car. The other car does not have good tires. The reason I got this car was so cheap. Well, one, it had 240-ish thousand miles, and also it has a severe rust problem. Like, it's about, the front end suspension is about to rot in half. It's that bad. I drove it up on the trailer and we could feel the front end just kind of give out, so it is not worth fixing. But you can see that this car has been sitting a while by the dirt on the hood, and somebody wrote something on the car, but that's just in the dirt. Hopefully it'll come off. But yeah, bumper's good, hood's good, fenders are good. Headlights are not good, but I have another set of headlights that we're going to use in that car. This fender's good. It does have a little bit of scrapage, but I think we can buff that out and then just not worry about this piece here because I have another one. But the bumper's okay. I don't think I'm going to use those wheels because those wheels are very, very curbed, very good there. Like, they ate the curb on this one. But other than that, I mean, it's a good parts car, and the door is okay, which is very nice. Did need a door because they messed up the door on my other car. But yeah, so we finally can get that other Fusion going. I guess we do have a scrape here in the bumper, but that'll buff off. They still left their plate on there, which is okay, but being a 4-cylinder, it only has one exhaust on this side, not the other side, so we're gonna have to figure out something to do with the bumper with that. But other than that, it's a good parts car to work to fix the other car. Now this is underneath the hood of the parts car. We got our radiator support that we're gonna need to use on that other car. The hood, which is okay. And then this car still does run, so I can move it around or bring it wherever I need it to be. So that is one good thing. I don't have to rely on the trailer or tractor to move this thing. I can fire it up and move it wherever I want to. Looking at the parts car, it actually has 217,000 miles. I did not look at the odometer before, I just kind of believed them, but seats are okay. All the interior looks okay. The sunroof works. It actually opens, as you can see. My hand's sticking through the sunroof. You see the trees. But we're going to see if this can start and move it. Alrighty, it starts. Now, let's see if we can get it to shift into reverse. Back it out from my boat trailer. Oh, turn that off. We don't need the radio blaring like that. Yep. Try not to hit the Mazda. Oh, I don't know if you guys can feel it, but this car shakes real bad. Has a misfire or something that just is not right, but yep, it does drive. Take it on a test drive and see what all I'm working with here. I know my seatbelt is not on. Looks like we've got an airbag and ABS problem. Oh, it still goes. I better check how much fuel they gave us. It looks like about half a tank. That's fine. But yep, it does drive. The seat does not move back, which is very annoying. I'm like pushing to the steering wheel. But yes, it does drive. All right, so I'm driving the car, and it smells like burning oil, like really bad. So I'm trying to get this thing limped home real quick, and we're gonna see what's going on. Also, I don't know what it is, but it's on the passenger side. It sounds like there's like a severe rattling noise that happens every time you turn. I'm thinking it's a ball joint or something. We're just gonna look, but I'm not really gonna fix it or too worried about it because this car is only for parts. Like I said, it was really rusty, so it does not surprise me. So, but we're almost back. Still have the ABS light. We gotta remove objects near passenger seat light on, so I don't know what that means, but we'll figure it out. But so far, $900 car, running and driving. It's okay. Just very scary. Don't know if I'm gonna make it home when I haven't even driven it half a mile away. So, on the way back. Another thing I just now noticed before I was watching the Fusion, it's not a Fusion, it's a Ford FU or FU. Oh my god. That's some great stuff there. But yeah, I'm gonna wash this real quick, and then we're gonna wash the RX-7 next. Alrighty, so I cleaned the blue car, the parts car, and you can see the hood. It actually shines now. There's no more of that dirt from it sitting. This washed basically the front end and the parts we weren't going to use. It wasn't going to wash the whole car because I got somewhere to be and don't really care. Like this door, it's pretty good shape. It's all clean. And then this rear bumper looks good. It's pretty shiny. Well, I decided to wash the trunk too because dirt kept going onto the bumper that I was trying to clean. But yeah, looks good for parts to take off to use for my other car. But yeah, it'll be a good parts car for my other vehicle. Alright, so we're gonna play a game here. Every time I buy a car or something, I always see how much change I can come up with. And that lowers the price of the car, of how much I paid for it. So I'm gonna get all the change that I can find out of this car and then count up and then let you guys know. Alright, so I counted out the money. I know it doesn't look like much. I kind of forgot to video it and counting it, but I got $2.97, so almost $3. Car is almost paying for itself here. Alright, so I took the rear seat out of this car because I'm going to use it and clean it up to put in the other one. And I found all this random stuff, more change, which isn't surprising because it fell underneath here, but yeah, it's real nasty under the seat. But at least there's more change and more money. Alright, so now we're going to be removing the seats of this car. I already got the back seat undone, so we can take them out and put them in the car that we're going to fix. You can see all the trash and nasty stuff that I found underneath the seat and everything to get to it, to unbolt it. So we'll unbolt these seats, clean them up, and then just put them in the other car. We're also going to steal this center console piece here. That way it looks better than the other one, because the other one does not have one. So, yeah. It'll come up a little bit better. Alright, here we go. So we're going to be swapping parts from this blue Fusion here onto this Fusion here. This is the flipping Fusion that we're going to do. It needs a hood, bumper, radiator support, another fender, and just some other front end pieces that this car has. This car has over 200-something thousand miles, so, and the engine is about to blow up. So I know the hood is a little faded and stuff like that, but it'll look just fine and match our other car here, which has some paint fadage on the trunk. Like I said, this car's not going to be 100% perfect, but at least good enough to look good and drive good. So we'll swap that over and I'll show you along the way and what it looks like afterwards. Alright, so one thing I did before I actually started tearing the rest of the car apart and repairing it, was I fixed this fuse box because I figured it'd be a lot easier with all that wiring and everything, and it would be with to get to it than with the whole front end put together. And that's what is left of the fuse box, and it's broke, so it's a good thing I repaired that. Another thing I'm gonna have to do is remove this crash bar to get to the radiator support, which is gonna be a little bit of a pain, but we gotta do it to get that fixed so the whole front of the car won't sag. All right, we got all the front end pieces tore off. We're about to put on that front end onto this car. It took a little bit longer than what I thought. I had to take a break because it smashed my thumb. That hurt, but that's just part of it. Here's all the parts I took off. Yeah, taking this hood latch, that ball sprung back and smashed my thumb. That hurt really bad. But anyway, yeah, so we just got this front end to put on, which should go okay. And then we'll have this car running, and then we'll put some of these parts back on this one to sell this as a running and driving sports car, because I don't need it. But also, once we get done with the front, oh, there's a kitty. We got the rear end to fix and swap parts over, so yeah, a little bit more to do. It's the next morning, and we got the crash bar and the radiator support in. We just gotta put all the body panels back on, and this air box here, so a little bit more to do, but it should be relatively quick. All right, so the lower air box on the other car was broke, and it ends in a DB, and on this parts car, which is a 4-cylinder, ends in EB. So I'm hoping that it works. Not 100% certain, but all my other parts cars don't have one, or it's destroyed, so we're gonna hope this one works. Alrighty, we got the front support on, lower crash bar, all these rubber things, hood latch, and next step to do is these hood hinges and transfer over all the body panels. What took me so long was trying to align this hood hinge right, and getting the crash bar lined up, or the radiator support lined up. And then another thing that confused me that I still don't understand is there's this sensor here. I guess it's a crash sensor, but there's like no plug for it, so I thought maybe it got torn off. But then I come over here to the old one, and there's just a hole. There's no sensor, so I'm hoping that there's not going to be a problem with that. So, alrighty, onto the hood hinges, and then we're going to put the hood on. Make sure that that latch lines up, and then we're going to put the door on, and then the fender, and then the bumper, and then it should be mostly good. Change of plans. We're going to take this fender off first, because then you can access the hood hinge and the door. So fender first, then hood, then door, I guess. So do that real quick. Alrighty, so we got this this fixed hood hinge here. I went ahead and took the whole fender off to replace it, and realign the fender. So now we just got to do the hood, which I'm going to wait for someone to help me. Then we're gonna do the door also when someone gets here to help me. And then but right now I'm gonna put the headlights and the bumper and all that together. And then once they get here to help me, then I will finish the door, put the fender, and then the hood on. So, all right. So the person that was gonna help me got another shift at work, so I'm gonna have to do this myself. But so we got the other door here. This one has the pin pad. I already removed the other door and put it by the parts car, but we're going to put this door on with the jack, put it on these hinges here, and hopefully it all goes well. If not, I'll just wait, but I at least want to get the interior sealed. I am going to wait on the hood though, because that is, I don't want to mess up the fenders or windshield or something. That's just too dangerous, so I'm going to wait on that. But yes, we do have the headlight on and everything else. Once we get the hood on, we can align a little more things, get the bumper put on, get this other fender on once we get the door on, and hopefully all goes well. Alrighty, so now we got the door on and the hood, thanks to someone helping me. So now I just gotta put the fender, bumper, and headlight back on, and then we'll just adjust a little bit of things to make sure it's all fitting properly, and then the body panel should be mostly done. So time to put those on. Alrighty, so we got to the back. I already removed the taillights and bumper and some of that, and see where most of the damage was. But none of it's really that bad, so I'm just gonna stick the other bumper on it and hopefully it looks all okay. Alrighty, there we're done. We got the taillights, bumper cover, and all the rear end fixed here. So rear end check. Only thing is we have one opening and then we don't have another opening, but it really, from far away, you don't really notice it. So I'm not too worried. And if something does happen, I do have another exhaust, or I'll just find another bumper. But now I just have to put the fender, headlight, and front bumper on, and then we should be good. And then we just got some minor adjustments and minor things to do that we probably don't have to do right away. Like we do have to replace this chrome back to black, or we'll take the black and put the chrome there, or make it all chrome. We'll see. But for right now, we're just gonna do the front and then drive it a little bit and make sure it runs and dries, and then probably give it a bath and then see what our paint differences are between the lights. So, but right now it looks good. We just gotta do the front. Alrighty, well, we got the front end put together. I got a fender, bumper, headlight, hood. Should all be put together now. Put all the bolts for the bottom of the bumper, hooked up all the headlights and everything, so everything should work. Only thing I'm gonna do a little bit more is switch out this chrome to black and get the original door panel on there, and then fix this seat. And then other than that, I think she should be good. Give her a bath tomorrow, but we're gonna stop for the night, so she's looking good. Alrighty, got the car all put back together. Front bumper on, got the mirror on. Cannot change this mirror because this is a heated mirror, and just it wouldn't work with the plug. Got this back to black, and got the door panel back on. So just a couple little minor things left, but we're gonna wash it, go get gas, and it should be good. And then once the title gets here, I'll fix those little minor things. But yeah, all put back together, and the paint matches very well. Alrighty, so she got her bath. You can tell, putting my shadow out of the way, there's really not much of a difference in paint from one to the other, which is good, because that would have been bad. And if you come over here, not much of a difference, even in the sun. So it's what we want. We don't want a big difference in paint color, because then it look kind of weird and they might know that it's been replaced. But even here, not bad. Matches pretty good, which is really rare for when you transfer panels that are two different colors. So I guess these cars aged under the sun about the equal amount of time. But yeah, she looks real clean. Just wait for the title and take some pictures of her, post her for sale. Alrighty, so first drive of the car after I fixed it. We're gonna go down to the gas station and get gas because we are very low. So to see how this goes, but she's all good so far, and hopefully it makes it there. Alright, so that's gonna wrap it up for this part. In part 3, we'll do a little bit more, like I got touch-up paint coming. We'll put some touch-up paint, and then we'll put a front license plate bracket on there, and just a couple other things. And then we'll be done with this car and post it for sale. But that's it for this part 2 on the this series.